So there's an excellent researcher, Monique Botha, who researches minority stress in autistic people. And minority stress is when a group of people experience disproportionately poor mental and physical health outcomes as a result of the physical and emotional stress they experience because of their social disadvantage. So if you're constantly needing to advocate, disclose, request support, raise discomfort, educate, in the face of ableism, it's exhausting, it's stressful, your nervous system's going haywire because you're needing to sit there with someone senior to you and explain to them, this hurt me and I'm hopeful we can change, but they're the only ones with the power to change it. It's an exhausting process. There's very strong research documenting how this carries out in the workplace. Now, once you start experiencing minority stress, this is pretty much a direct lead in to burnout. We all know autistic burnout is a terrible thing to experience. We've done an episode on that, Orion. And burnout is when you are exhausted to the point that it is not possible to continue with the skills that you would usually have, and you will start to experience skill loss and a greater need for rest. Masking is another component that leads into burnout, and masking is again linked to that neurotypical workplace culture that you are trying to adapt to. Once this cycle plays out, it leads typically to the employee leaving. Because changing the system, changing the culture, changing the institution, changing the neuroism and ableism and neurophobia is not a task one person can carry out through advocacy. It requires everyone getting involved, learning, growing. Again, we see the person as an add into the culture and not someone who needs to fit in. That's not a task one person can do alone. They require genuine allies who are willing to, and this is the core of allyship, leverage their privilege and transition it to the oppressed group so that rather than their privilege being up here and yours being down here, not that they surpass you, but it starts to become at least a little bit more equitable. How can I use my position to support this group in advancing their causes that they deem appropriate? When do they need my help? What can I do to help them? And we're just not seeing that a lot of the time. So it's a lot easier for an autistic person to remove themselves from the toxic environment, remove themselves from the environment, creating burnout, and try again somewhere else.
You're legit just trying to trigger me now with the ally stuff. I know you are. You're taking the piss, and enough is enough.